See, today, Matthew, I think I want to talk about health.
Mm-hmm.
Because so many people...
Mental or physical?
both.
Ah.
One leads to the other. It's. I always
Thanks for that, Deepak Chopra. You're right.
Don't you think, though, that people would do so much better if they just didn't go against medical advice?
Oh, yeah. Look, I think the reason I'm fairly comfortable with that being true is that, I don't know, something about, was it like a couple hundred years ago, we're all dead by 30?
I'll give you a couple of examples of people that didn't, who went against medical advice.
Mm-hmm.
MJ?
Look, you're a little bit ravaged looking. Under the, Sergeant Pepper's jacket, you're quite emaciated and you've got a lot of lesions, Michael. It's probably time to steer clear of the painkillers.
The Propanol.
Was it Propanol?
Or, as he'd call it,
milk.
Milk.
More milk, Conrad. More milk.
And but he
See, if I was Conrad, I'd say, look, I know you want the milk, but we're going to at least have to have light from now on. Because shit's getting out of control, Michael.
But you're using anaesthetic to get to sleep. Try pulling yourself.
Always works for me.
Or just a red wine, or I don't know, running around the block or something.
A good book?
A good book.
A shit book.
Anything.
That's even better.
But he went against medical advice.
He
And
did.
look what happened.
Mm.
We lost an artist.
An artist
And a
pederast.
But the you've got
hang on, allegedly.
allegedly.
Whew, that was close.
you know what the lawyers on.
Oh, not those ones.
The other one was Anna Nicole Smith.
God bless her. She's gone now, and the hef is sad, and we're sad.
But she's a prime example of someone who just went hard on the pills.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor says no. Fuck it, did it anyway. Just went to another doctor, got more pills.
Yep.
You know where I'm going with this? There's a fellow that we both know,
Mm-hmm.
who I'm going to simply refer to as the poo.
Right. Oh, yes.
I'm not talking about Mark Philippoussis. This has nothing to do with the scud.
No. And for those of you listening here thinking, who's Mark Philippoussis? Don't worry, we don't really know either.
No.
Look him up.
Yesteryear's failed hero.
Yeah.
The Bachelor 1.0.
He could have gone so far, Pooh, but the lure of the tang and being a wanker just got him in the end.
He loved cougars, didn't he?
He did love cougars.
Remember that show?
Was it called Poossis of Love or
Something like
Pooh
that.
of Love? Or
Pooh of Love.
Yeah.
When he had the cougars and the young. He went young, I think, but some of those
Lord.
cougars, I know.
Look, we could go on and on about of love shows because what's the one with Flavor of Love?
Flavor of Love.
I mean, what was
Classy.
the one with Brett Michaels from Poison?
Rock
of Love or something.
It's Bus of Love. Rock Bus of Love.
We digress once
But
again.
look, you've got a fellow who's got. He's related to me. He's my father, and he's got diabetes.
I thought we were just going to call him the Pooh.
Yeah, we're still calling him the poo.
Okay, cool.
But he's we'll get to the reason why we call him the poo, because it's this against medical advice thing.
Yes.
The one thing you have to do if you're diabetic, and he's got a gut. He's got a gut.
Yes.
You've seen it, haven't you?
He
can't bend down.
He's a stout fellow. Mm-hmm.
And as a diabetic, you've got to eat healthily. You've got to actually abide by the rules.
Yeah, something about sugar or something I seem to recall.
Yeah, you got to have the carbohydrates, and they break down. It's those long release sugars.
Long chain. Or
Right,
something,
something like that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have carbo, like rice, pasta, bread before you go to bed.
Yeah.
And I saw him the other night. I came home and he's eating a jar of honey. But what?
After which point we decided to call him the Pooh. After everybody's favourite honey-loving bear, obviously.
And,
you know what's ironic about this conversation? We're sitting here and I can tell we're about to launch into a tirade against people who don't look after themselves physically. This conversation's happening between two men who have between themselves ailments through various lifestyle choices over the years. I'm going to pick two. Let's just pick two random major organs. Let's just say
liver and heart.
And well, look, they've both got an iron in the fire there in terms of self-inflicted punishment. But anyway, continue.
Yeah. Well,
look, if we weren't in a position to understand and empathise, we couldn't make these kind of gags.
Correct.
You see.
Well, it's not a gag. These are. I feel like this is a CSA. This is. I want to give advice to people.
I'm not up with your acronyms. What's it?
Like a community service announcement.
Oh wow.
So
LOL.
Yeah.
WANK.
But I had an Indian doctor back when I lived in Enmore.
Uh-huh. Can I just ask if you're gonna do a voice? Just
don't make him sound like every other voice I do, which is an Afghani fighter, freedom fighter.
Yeah. Try and get it right, or don't do it at all. It's up to you.
You remember having one of those eccentric doctors who teaches you a life lesson in a way that you'll never forget.
Mm-hmm.
And I went into the doctor's office with a chest complaint or a chest cold, or I probably just needed more pills.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "So, young man, do you smoke?" Is that?
No, we've still got Afghan freedom fighter. I think the word you're looking for is, do you smoke?
And at the time, I was in my 20s. I did.
Mm.
And you don't get many doctors that do this. He just went, "Bloody idiot."
Well, you know, you can't say he's not correct, but how'd you take that? Did you take that?
Well, I said, "Jesus Christ!" I said, "You're right. I'm a fucking idiot." He said, "Please don't swear, please don't swear."
Ooh.
And then he got his finger and he did this on the desk, just back and forward.
Wow.
Yeah, erotic.
That's not bad, actually.
Yeah, like that.
And he was doing it like this, was he?
Yeah, for a while.
That is quite the style.
Confused me.
I mean, I've been trying to learn that exact style. I mean, there's a wonderful clockwise sort of
just confused me.
Staccato, but it's smooth, you know?
We sat there looking at each other for a while, and I mean, the last thing's bloody idiot.
And you're thinking, where's this going?
Yeah, where's the pills?
Yeah.
Just give me the script.
Mm.
And he said...
See, I would have looked at that hand movement and said, "Teach me, master. I'm going out tonight."
I said, where do I...
It's
what are you doing?
It's sort of a rub, but it's...
You can't stop doing it.
No, you can't.
He said, "What do you think will happen if I do this for the rest of the day?" I said, "Won't see many patients."
Sore finger.
Yeah. You'll end up with a nub.
Uh-huh.
He said, "A week? Well, it'll just be the bone, really, won't it?"
Down to the knuckle, the first knuckle or the wrist.
He goes, "No, I'll make a groove in the table, and then the groove will grow deeper and deeper."
See, at this point, it would be getting really creepily sexual for me, and I would have said... Anyway, you know what? I haven't coughed for 5 minutes. Yeah. I'm feeling better. I'm out of here. See ya.
But this guy left a lasting impression on me, and I just remember thinking, why do I smoke cigarettes?
Mm.
And I decided, you know, I'm done with this.
Mm-hmm.
So I got some Nicorette gum. I still chew to this day.
Yeah.
And I switched to marijuana.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Problem solved, man.
You had a similar instance.
I had a similar instance. Look, I'm a very private man. I mean, you know what a cautious fellow I am.
That's right.
So I won't go into the specifics of it, but let's just say I had an issue with, you know...
Let's call it bourbon and coke. Rum and coke.
Okay.
Let's call it the rum years.
It was bourbon.
It was the rum diary.
Anyway, look, I had some trouble with my heart. It wasn't performing up to expectations. And
let me say, you're a piss fit drinker. I mean, we're talking like
undefeated.
Astronomical levels.
The undefeated champion. Yeah. Anyway, I went
smashing bourbon and coke.
I knew something wasn't right. I went to the doctor and I said, "Something's going on here, buddy." And he kind of did the tests, and he was from memory, he was a half Japanese fellow, and
with a bow tie.
Probably, I can't recall because I was living in absolute terror at the time. So
self-inflicted terror.
And so I went. You know, he did all the tests. He said, "Look, the heart's, you know, it's not doing well." And obviously it's a major organ. You start thinking, shit. I was like, "What's going on here, buddy? Is this the end? Am I a goner? What are we going to do?" And because he was a half Japanese fellow, and I know that they love,
delicious
super mechs. Oh, half Japanese.
Eurasians.
Now you're talking, baby. Some of my favourite people, actually.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Not the male ones though, so much.
No. No, you're right. So look, you know, I was looking for some comfort, and this dude just starts reeling off stuff about, you know, I'm like, is there a pill? Is it an operation? No, I don't think they can do that. But don't worry. In about 10 years' time, I think there'll be robot hearts. And I'm like...
So does Dr. Carl.
So does Doctor Who. You know what I mean? It's like... you know, so that was quite terrifying for me. What I needed was some good, solid comfort.
He was going to make you into Cyberman.
Pretty much. That was his solution, is that, you know, we'll make you into the T-1000 sometime in the future, so don't panic too much. I wanted, you know, a good bit of doctorly... You
wanted something now. You wanted a solution today.
Like a realistic solution today that didn't involve me becoming a cyborg, you know? Like,
which is gold for you, considering you're such a Luddite.
I know.
I'd be jealous.
I wouldn't even know how to turn myself on every fucking morning.
You wouldn't upgrade the firmware.
You know, my chest. I got the rest covered.
But when you've been insulted by a doctor...
I'm mostly insulted by most doctors by the fact that for some amazing reason they persist on wearing bow ties, just casually. Yeah. Have you noticed that shit?
Yeah, I have.
I mean, I know they're smart.
But the GP's office is always... It's the dowdiest, most tacky...
It's kind of like... I have studied medicine for 6 years. I've got a $300,000 HECS debt. You know, I'm stuck in this shitty room, you know, treating kids with snot hanging out their nose. I've got to do something to cheer my life up. I'm going to wear a fucking bow tie.
Yeah, they love it.
And it's not even a formal occasion.
No.
Anyway, look, the point is, as you say, you get these warnings. We had 1,000 warnings each. We pretty much just stared them in the face and pushed straight through until we got to the almost dead part.
Yeah.
But we learnt from our lessons.
You're still smashing bourbon and cokes, but you've switched to...
No, I just do bourbon and Diet Coke.
Diet Coke.
I mean, you know, I used to do that 56 a night. Maybe it's 43 bourbon and Diet Cokes, or maybe Coke Zero, because I'm health conscious now.
Yeah.
But, you know, you learn.
And I'm on heroin.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You look like it too.
But look, a message to the poo, perhaps?
Oh, the poo? Which
Yeah.
one? Play better tennis, steer clear from like rooting all the time and don't go on reality shows? Or your dad? Oh, your dad.
Yeah, the old man.
The old man.
It's the jar of honey. I mean, what do you
Probably,
say?
there's something about the sweetness of honey that seems to indicate to me it may be full of some sort of sugar.
It's the sugar, isn't it? It's the sweetest poison.
That was romantic. It's like, I thought we were sort of Shakespearean there.
The poo's not going to listen to this, but
You know why he may not listen to it? Coma. And we're out.